Or are we going south?
You were headed south,
Okay.
and we're most to the south of you guys, because the desert is south of Redbrook, according to the official map for Farm RPG. That's the direction we were going. Unless we want to flip it again. I mean, if you really want to, we can, but then all the names will be upside down.
Oh, that's right. Everyone left me to die.
Well, let's kick this off with a formal introduction. This is D&D on the Farm RPG. I am the Dungeon Master, Billigan. We've got our full complement of players tonight, starting with Augie.
Hi. I'm not last today. Yay. I'm playing...
Augie was first today, actually.
Yes. I'm playing Astley, the Jingle Gnome Bard.
And we have Cole.
Hello. I am Cole playing Kakusho, who's a gold dragonborn. Bronze? What am I?
Bronze.
It's been so long.
Bronze
dragonborn ranger, who apparently dreams of being a gold dragonborn ranger now. Apparently.
Oh boy.
You got a gold dragon buddy, but you are just bronze. We have Booban.
Hi, I'm Booban. I'm playing Spectre. She's a Rabaxi rogue.
And last, showing up just before the timer ran out, Force Path.
Oh my goodness. Am I never going to hear the end of this? I'm Force Path. I'm playing, I don't know, a character. I think his name's Aster. And he's a blue dragonborn sorcerer who specializes in lightning magic and is cool.
There we go. So it's been just a couple weeks since we played. So if something is off from what you just listened to in the previous session, get over it. This is official now. From this point on, we are in the middle of the Juneland Desert. Not really the middle, just kind of just entering Juneland Desert. As our adventurers were running after a ship they spotted with a spyglass off the south on the sands. And as they did so, they saw moving through the ground what looked like a mole almost, but very, very large, kind of coming towards them. And we were spaced out in kind of a diamond pattern. Aster was out front, either as the leader or the sacrificial lamb. As the case may be, we will find out.
They left me to die. Mm-hmm. If you're listening to this, this was my last will and testament.
Who is Aster going to leave his...
I don't have one.
I hope you leave your money to me.
I'll take your ancient coins.
So we were spread out, kind of a diamond pattern. Taking up the rear was Kakusho, and Astley and Spectre were kind of spread out. And I arbitrarily decided that one was to the left and one was to the right, and that's the way they are now, forever.
I'll never move from this spot.
You'll never move.
Yes,
if you do, you might die.
Oh, no.
So the last thing that happened, I think it was Aster threw out a rock or something, and the mole kind of moved towards it when it first made the vibrations on the ground, the sandworm, and then it stopped and was waiting to hear more vibrations. So when it feels something, it moves towards it, and then it kind of stops when it loses track and kind of reorientates is what's happening. So we were waiting to see what over the last 2 weeks, what kind of a plan you guys might have dreamt of to get out of this situation. And in no particular order, let's hear it. What do you want to do?
Oh, I had an idea, but I wanted to know what everyone else came up with first.
Okay. Well, can we see the worm? Like, we can actually see it? like on the horizon, or like
Yeah, I mean on the map I'm showing you just to kind of keep things oriented. There's a picture of a worm there. What you see is just kind of the sand pushed up where it's kind of tunneling through, like if you're looking at a
It's
mole in your
boiling.
yard or something.
okay, cool.
Can I roll a history check real quick? Like, do I understand how the sandworm senses us?
Can I?
You can tell it's by vibrations on the ground. At this point, you don't need to check for that.
Okay. Is it what I think that's like hearing, or is that like senses, like feeling?
It's like a
bat?
tremor sense. Kind of like a bat, but it feels the vibration on the ground, not the noise, but the actual pounding. So like if you were in a sphere of silence and were walking, it would still sense that and feel it.
Fair enough.
Can Ashley do a investigation check for any sort of, I don't know, anything, any way, anything that maybe help, anything around that might be helpful in navigating this?
Sure, let's get an investigation check.
That was 17.
17. Man, my dice show me a 1 and an 8. I'm like, finally,
Yeah, I know.
finally you rolled low. And
Investigation's a plus
results
9.
in chat are saying 17 because it's a plus 9. So
Even the 1 is
the
a
only
10.
thing that yeah, I know. And skill checks don't autofill or pass like attack rolls. So even a 10's pretty good. So the one thing that Astley kind of notices, it looks like that ship that is off in the distance might have started turning towards you guys. But beyond that, you got a pretty good idea that if you just made a run for it to get off the sand, you're probably not going to make it before this thing catches up to you. You've kind of gone too far. Other than that, if you can find a way to move that's not going to cause vibrations, that will also be a viable option.
Ashley's gonna take like a piece of cloth or something and mage hand it up in the air and wave it,
Okay.
hoping to
All
catch
right.
the ship's attention.
Some kind of bright colored cloth to try to get the ship's attention.
Yeah, maybe
All
my
right.
scarf or something.
All
I'm
right.
kind of frantically
So Ashley
waving
starts
it up.
waving a scarf in the air, trying to get some attention. Anyone else have any ideas? Or anything else you'd like to try?
Press to digitize it so it starts like having little sparklies around it. Or no, that's a different spell. Never mind.
No, that would be prestidigitation. Like an
Yeah, you could
instantaneous
spray-
harmless
Oh, yeah.
sensory effect.
No, yeah.
Sprays like color spray or something.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, my original idea was to cast deafness on it, but it sounds like that might not.
Yeah, it's not hearing us; it's feeling us when we walk.
And did anyone bring like sand shoes or something?
I just have floppy.
We got-
I think in my
We got stuff
beach,
for
in my beach bag, I probably have something. Those shoes.
I mean,
Yeah,
the only
we
thing
did.
I can think of is to throw something as far as possible and give it like multiple sources to chase and hope that it doesn't follow us.
Didn't
You
you
guys
try
had
that?
you had a scarf. You had some big floppy hats.
I had a
Got a
bunch of
beach
water.
Bunch of water. I mean, you definitely have things that you could use to get attention.
But we don't want the attention.
Right. I mean, you're already kind of waving a scarf in there to try to get the attention of the boat, right?
Well,
Does
yeah.
the boat react?
Can I use my mage hand to wave around my big floppy hat?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm going to do. Also, she's going
Team
to.
All
mage
right, a
hand here.
scarf
Yeah, just
and a
all these
floppy
mage
hat
hands
are
happening
waving
now.
around up in the air. Yeah.
Now this is a comically large floppy hat. Just to put that back out there again into the world.
So I'm looking at my hand-drawn map I found in my notes, and I do have Ashley and Spectre swapped from what I previously said. That's all right. I don't think I called it out on the air who was where, so I'm just going to flip these two, and no one will ever know.
I'll know.
I'll also know.
No, no one will ever know the difference.
It sounds like a threat.
Maybe it is.
DM threatened us. I'm out of ideas.
Do we
Cole,
know
have you
if the
thought of
one
anything?
Has
I mean,
Yeah, do we know
I
if
like
it can
the
hear?
idea of throwing stuff. Sounds appealing to me.
We tried that and it didn't really.
I mean, it stopped him though. Like he was coming right for us, and then we stopped and threw the rock, and I don't know who that is.
You know, why don't you try to do that and then move a little bit? And why don't you test that theory? if you're so confident in it.
Oh, I'm not confident at all.
Well, I also have jump. I could cast jump on myself and then just go crazy.
Oh, that's an interesting idea.
Well, if you cast it on your steed,
And lead it away. I could lead it away. I could cast it on my steed and lead it away, riding the steed and jumping and seeing if that would confuse it.
But what about when it wears off?
It lasts one action, which I think. Oh, that's the casting time. Let me see what the length of this is.
It's 1 minute.
Or which spell is that?
It's jump. It says it's 1 minute.
Jump.
So I have 1 minute of jumping.
Yep.
Has the boat done anything in the time that we're sitting here not being very
trembling?
Effective? Maybe a little bit nervous?
Time's kind of a fickle thing. It seems like you've been here for hours, but it's probably only been a couple seconds as you're frantically waving things in the air, trying to figure out what the heck to do. The boat, as Astley noticed, was starting to turn this way, but it's a ways off. It's going to take a little bit of time to get over here for sure.
Can I do a
I feel like the jump idea is better.
Can I do a history check to see if I would know if this worm thing it can hear, if it has any auditory senses?
Like, does it have ears?
Like, can it hear?
Yeah.
Or does it just sense vibrations? Can it hear?
Okay, can it hear, or is it only vibrations? Got it. Sure. Let's get a history check. Or nature check would probably be more appropriate in this case, but
nature.
Either one's fine.
That is 24.
Wow.
I get a yes or a no. That was a nat 20.
Yeah, so thinking back, Astley recalls that these things can in fact hear, and they have a natural aggression towards polka music.
Ooh.
Specifically. For some reason, some bard knew that and shared the word. Like, you want to piss them off, play polka.
Too bad we don't have a bard.
Okay. Which one of us can throw the farthest? I don't know what skill that would be.
The highest strength.
I would probably say it's going to be Kakusho because he could probably just shoot an arrow.
Well,
probably further than the rest of us.
Well, actually, that's a good idea. Astley is gonna tinker a music box, and with music box, when open, this music box plays a single song at a moderate volume. The box stops playing when it reaches the song's end or when it closes. So Astley is gonna enclose a 10-hour version of some polka song. Pass it to Kakusho. Right. It's a small music box, so tie it to an arrow and have Kakusho shoot it far away.
All right, so you can absolutely do that.
Okay.
It takes an hour to build something when you're tinkering, so you can start putting something together, and it's going to take an hour.
The rest of us sit really still while this happens.
Yeah.
You guys all happy to sit still? Why Astley's making this?
You guys can come up with something else in the meantime.
Won't it just eat the box? Like, it's only going to buy us so much time, right?
The box will not stop. The box won't stop playing until the song's over, or unless it closes.
Also, if you shoot it really far away from us and we run in the other direction while that's happening, maybe we can get some more distance away from this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And what we'll do, we'll have to be really quick about it. So once it's ready, and once we're ready, we're gonna have to pry it open so it stays open.
Oh boy.
We'll have to get it tied on
pick a
there.
long song.
What about? So, are we able to ride our mounts? I forget.
We're on our mounts.
Oh, we're on our mounts too.
Were you on your mounts or were you on foot? I don't recall.
I'm pretty sure we were.
I don't
we were
recall
mounted.
either.
our mounts.
I knew you rode your mounts here. I wasn't sure if you were taking them into the desert.
I think we are mounted.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Because we also could attach the box to like the horse and then have the horse go in the other direction too.
Yeah, I guess that's a fair point. Are these like are our mounts like mounts that we've bought, or are they like?
Yes.
Yeah, they are purchased.
I mean, better the mount than me.
I mean, I'm
You
riding a
said-
dog, so I don't know if I could send my dog to its demise.
You said folk music, right?
Polka.
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 Well, we can. All right. I'm just thinking. I
It's
don't
a
know
little
how
Weird
far
Al.
the arrow is going to get, but I guess that'll work.
Just get the accordion going.
So is it a longbow or is it a short bow? The short bow that the Kakusho has.
Longbow.
Longbow. They have a pretty good range. If you look at them.
Yeah, I guess I'm just thinking if the horse evades it, it could potentially go farther. But yeah, longbow's probably safer.
Yeah, it's got a range of 600 feet.
How
That's
far
pretty
away are we
good.
from not being on the sand again?
I don't know exactly how far you guys were going
Like
for several
100
minutes
yards?
before spotted this thing. Yeah, maybe somewhere around there.
So the sandworm could definitely outrun our mounts, though.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
But if it's distracted by the music box, maybe that'll be good enough.
Oof. I got nothing.
If we shoot it the 600 feet in one direction and then run as fast as we can in the other, it's going to be a while before I think he comes and catches up with us. So maybe we can get away out of his range at least.
I mean, assuming it hears the music box.
oh, if it hates polka
Oh,
music, I think it'll
it's gonna
probably
hear
hear
it.
it.
All right, I don't have any better ideas, so I'm down for this solution.
Well, it's terrible, but I got nothing better. So.
I'm not saying it's terrible. I'm saying I got nothing.
Yeah. I think we'll be all right. Hopefully we'll be all right. We get eaten by a worm today. We get eaten by a worm.
As we sit here for an hour, everybody trying to be quiet and only whisper at just loud enough to hear each other. And Ashley is working on the music box. Let me have everybody roll a stealth check.
Oh, my speciality.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I forgot that we're doing this on Roll20.
I don't know why I rolled twice. I'm so sorry, but I'll take the first.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Can I
First
have
roll's a little better.
Can I have your other roll?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could.
Oof. Aster.
All right. Yeah, Aster didn't do so hot.
I just want to point out that I rolled in real life and got the same number that I rolled on Roll.
Wow.
You're
Okay.
honest.
Your dice are as good as mine. We played in Milk Bark's game on Sunday, and I think I had one roll over 5 all night.
Ooh.
My dice RNG carried over.
Yes, they have. All right, so we had a couple of rolls. Kakusho had a 13. Ashley had a 17. Spectre had a 25, and Aster had a 3. Now, the good news is this is a group skill check, so one failure alone does not spell demise for everyone. But at some point, Aster wants to start talking about something or doing something, and the rest of you are all like, "Shut up!" And tell him to.
He just
No,
looks
I'll tell you a
He
story
starts,
about
he just
my dad.
starts name
Oh,
dropping.
no.
Yeah.
talking about start. Shh, be quiet. We don't care about your dad.
Eventually, the music box is complete, and it's set to play some polka song.
It's a 1 hour mix.
The longest polka song we could find, a 1 hour polka mix of was it German polka, Polish polka, all kinds of
So does the
traditional
boat just like ignore us and keep going after a couple
No,
minutes?
it's been moving this way, and it's actually getting kind of close at this point. When you see the boat,
Where is it?
It was
You
further
like, think-
south.
So is it like down there?
It's not quite on the map yet, but it's getting close.
Okay.
Oh Lord, he coming.
And we came from the north, right?
You came from the north, yes.
So
So the music box is ready.
are we going to run back north, or are we going to try to run south? Or, I
Well,
guess not run.
we need to. I think what we should do is maybe have it. I think we need to shuffle a little closer to it, and then maybe shoot it to the west to the right side of it. But we're going south, so it would be west. But on our map, it's to the east directions. That way, it runs off
Okay.
in the other direction, doesn't. And I would say to shoot it behind us, but then I don't know that it would hear it.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you need to shoot it past it. In order
Either
for it to be
that-
able to like catch the sound.
I mean, maybe we could prop it open once the ground starts a rumbling. Then you shoot it.
Oh, dry it in a little bit. I see what you're trying to do. Okay.
So, what if it? Oh, okay. So you're saying open it and then shoot it.
And then shoot it
so that
once it, make sure he notices it, and then shoot it.
What if it doesn't slow down? It just goes right through us.
I guess that's
I did some.
Something
This thing really hates this selected.
you're putting a lot on a wish
music.
and a prayer here.
But like, does it have a good turning radius, or like, are we looking like?
We'll
It
find
could
out.
just run right through us. We may
Exactly.
want to open it and then shoot it immediately so that it just like is away from us as the sound dissipates.
Or we could open it, make sure it at least is recognizing it, and then shoot it.
Well, we're gonna have to prop it open anyways. Like we got to make sure,
Yeah,
like
that's true. We do have to open it before we shoot it. Okay.
Astley kind of rigged it so that it won't, once it opens, you like turn a little knob and then it won't shut. That's what Astley did. Astley kind of finicked with it.
All right. So Astley kind of tosses the box to Kakusho, who's tying it to an arrow or something, and is going to fire it
Yep.
off a certain direction.
Astley's
All right,
also going
let's
to
get-
give him a bardic inspiration.
Ooh.
All right,
It's
let's
plus-
just ping on the map roughly where Kakusho's going to shoot, and let's get an attack roll.
Where do you think, Kakusho?
Do I ping on the map?
You should
Just
click
Click once and hold
and
Oh.
hold.
I don't know. This direction.
over towards where the okay. So that's kind of the direction that the ship is kind of on that side, moving
Okay,
that way, which is fine.
maybe the side then.
Do the other side.
All right,
Bardic inspiration is a
get that
1d8.
attack roll.
Roll your attack first.
Yeah, make that attack roll and add a D8. Yes.
We're not all crossing our fingers, but we're all crossing our fingers.
Yeah, no, we're definitely crossing our fingers and
Ashley-
toes. Oh, you did
You don't
okay.
even need.
That's a pretty good
you
roll.
don't-
17.
You don't even need the.
17.
Well, yeah. Well, I guess you still just have that bardic inspiration.
take the D8.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Take
then there's a
your
D8 on top of
inspiration.
that. We could just take the 5 that was on the damage roll that was from a D8 and say that's the inspiration. Give you a 22.
sure.
Did I math that right? Yeah, I think I did. It's after 5. I don't do math. Okay, the arrow goes. So Kakusho opens the box. The music starts playing. You don't see anything yet. He shoots the arrow and it lands right where he was aiming. And as soon as he does, you see that sand start moving this way, that sand pile, as I draw a line towards the direction it's going. And what were all of you going to do as soon as you start seeing that sand moving towards it?
Run in the opposite direction.
Wait until it's past us
Are we
I'm
going
waiting.
to the boat, or are we going back?
towards
Yeah,
the.
I would go to the boat, right?
Towards
Or
the,
the boat?
towards
Yeah.
the boat.
Alright.
Especially if the boat is this away.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, if it goes one way, we're going towards the boat, right?
We gotta
Like,
wait.
give it
Ashley's gonna wait for it to be
give it
like
10 seconds,
past us
maybe.
enough.
Trying to figure out, did that line I draw show up for you guys, or did I draw that in the
No.
wrong freaking layer?
No.
Okay.
There was a line.
It's going this way. Woo, there we go. Like that. That's the direction the worm is going. So kind of diagonal to you guys, and you see the sand burrowing this way. As soon as it gets towards you, you start running towards the boat.
Yes.
I would say after it gets past us, right?
Yeah, after it gets a
Well,
little,
so that we don't grab his
yeah.
attention.
yeah.
yeah.
And once it gets like here, maybe.
Okay. So here's what happens.
Run.
The worm goes, you guys feel comfortable enough, and you start yelling, run, and you all take off in the opposite direction of where this sandworm was going. And you see the boat as it approaches, and there's a couple things you notice about it. It has a sail, which is kind of what you guys saw. And the way it's moving, it's kind of rowing up and down through the sand, kind of like a boat would on water. So it's not just like a straight smoothing, but it's kind of going up and down through the sand in like a cyclic sine wave, I'm going to say, kind of up and down as it moves towards you guys. And you start running towards the boat. You see behind you the head of this worm come up out of the sand and just grab the Pokebox and smashes it to bits. And as soon as it does that, it turns around and starts heading back towards you guys at a very fast speed. It's even more annoyed. It's glad that the Poke music has stopped, but it's sensing lots and lots of people running. So let me get the three of you to kind of just hold up instead of moving all over the map. You see the boat coming towards you, and it looks like it's going to be close, whether the worm's going to get you or whether the boat's going to get to you first. But the boat speeds up a little bit, and you can see there's only one person on the boat. You can't see who it is, but they've got a large black hat with a big brim around it, like a pirate hat almost. And there's a single red feather sticking out of it with stripes in the feather.
Can Ashley look through the spyglass to see who it is? Or is it all too fast?
Is Ashley still holding the spyglass as you're running? Yeah, it's pretty quick. You kind of spot this figure. On one hand, they have their hand on the steering wheel for the boat, and the other, there is what looks almost like a ballista or a harpoon on the back of this boat, and it's aiming kind of towards you guys. And as the boat gets even closer, it turns to the side to where you're seeing the side of the boat. It's not a huge boat. Let me come and just move this over here to give you an idea where it's at.
Like a sand boat?
It's maybe about 15 feet as it turns the sand boat towards you guys. This is not a great picture of a sand boat. This is just something for the sake of having something. This is a pontoon.
It's a pontoon.
This is a water raft. Yeah. Imagine there's a sail. And you see this lady who has this hat that you've been able to see before. And she's got curly, long red hair and is wearing a fancy coat. Looks a whole heck of a lot like a pirate in that regard. And she sees you guys and says, "What in the blazing suns are you doing out here? Trying to get yourselves killed?"
"We need a transistor," Ashley yells.
And I don't want to die.
And she's kind of, the boat's held position here about 15 feet from you guys. And you notice the worm is getting closer and closer to you guys. It's charging full speed coming back.
I'm going to run for the boat.
I'm running for the boat. I'm trying to jump on.
Ashley is doing the same.
Running towards the boat. As soon as you start moving closer, she almost starts moving away from you guys. She's like, "What do you want?"
To not die.
Let us on your boat.
Save us.
It's like, you got to do something for me first.
What?
I'll give you a big kiss on the lips. Let me on your dumb
what do you
boat.
want?
And the worm gets even closer. And she says, "Just keep making lots of noise, just like you're doing right now."
All right.
But I don't
And
want to die.
This worm gets really close, and all of a sudden she lets go of the steering wheel of the boat, and with two hands turns this harpoon and shoots it right where the worm is at. And you see, with a rope tied to the end of it, this large bolt fly out into the sand and pierce into something. And you see sand flying out and a little bit of blood and guts. And as soon as she shoots it, she starts reeling it in. She's like, "Help me kill this thing." And she starts pulling it up like a fish on a line.
Can we see it at this point?
Yeah, it's like half out of the sand. And what you see out of the sand is about it's still alive. It's got this thing kind of piercing through its side just below its head where this harpoon is. What's out of the sand is about 15 feet long. It's pretty long. Yeah, it's getting pulled towards the boat.
Ashley cast Shatter.
What?
Ashley cast Shatter.
All right, let's roll in it. We'll roll initiative here. So here's an act 1. That is a 22 for Kakusho. Very nice.
I'm trying to go to my.
I don't know why I did that way. Hang on. My initiative is 4, so I'm
14
+4.
plus your dex mod, so an 18.
Yes.
It is a 12.
Oh, so I did not need to re-roll my initiative there. I just
All
couldn't
right.
get out of it.
So we're going to go Kakusho, and then we are going to Spectre. And then we have Astley, then Aster, and then this worm will get to go if it's able to do anything besides just kind of pull. So Kakusho, you get to go first. Been asked to help shoot this harpooned worm. What are you going to do?
Wait, help shoot it or help kill it?
Kill it. You can shoot it. You
All
can
right.
run up and hack it. What do you want to do?
Well, I would love to walk up to it and use my draconic breath if I'm close enough.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh,
Wow.
like twice now. I'm more confident, I see.
For the second time. Okay, so come up to roast this thing with it's fire that you shoot out, right? On line reader side.
Look, I forget.
Is it fire or electricity?
In
Oh, it's lightning.
lightning. In a 5 by 30 foot line.
You're bronze, not brass. Yeah, bronze is lightning.
Yeah.
All right, and so it has to make a dexterity saving throw. Since it's harpooned, I'm going to give it disadvantage on that roll. It's going to be +2, a 3. I rolled an 8 and a 1.
Wow.
So that's going to take some damage from this lightning.
Fire, but yes.
Is it this? I don't know if I set it up correctly.
Ooh.
Ooh, nice.
With 2d6, right? 12 points of damage. I don't believe it adds strength modifier to that, which is kind of what this roll did.
It doesn't say anything about strength in the ability.
Yeah, so it'll be 9 points of damage it takes. All right, very respectable. All right, so Kakusho doesn't even really have to move from where he's at. Just opens his mouth and boom, this blast of lightning shoots out of his mouth and fries this thing. I think we said it was fire when we had the previous battle, but it is indeed lightning. Kakusho shoots out. And leaves some deep scorch marks on the side of this giant sandworm. That takes us to Spectre.
I'm gonna.
You can
Are we
sneak
close enough that I
attack.
could run up on it?
Yeah.
Sneak attack.
And is there somebody close enough that I keep like drawing instead of.
You're about 20 feet from it. There's no one else is by it just yet to get sneak attack.
Okay. All right. Well, I will. I guess I can't get sneak attack if I use a short bow, right? Or can I?
You could, but it's the same condition. You either have to have advantage on the roll for some reason, or somebody needs to be within 5 feet of it.
Oh, of it. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna run up to it and hit it then, because I'd like to do more damage. So I'm gonna run up with my short sword and I'm gonna smack it.
Alrighty.
So let's see what happens.
It is an 11.
Probably not. Yeah.
Yeah, Spectre runs up and just smacks this thing
Love
with
troll
a short
mids.
sword. And, trying to spank it with the broadside of a sword doesn't really do a whole lot. I mean, it's not happy. it's kind of pulling as a fish would against being hooked, but doesn't hit. Is Spectre going to make an offhand attack as well?
Yes, I would like to. I'm going to do it again. This one without the pluses here. So
that is
that
a
one
20. That one will hit.
It's an unnatural 20. So minus off the extra damage there. I think it's a plus
5 points.
5, yeah. So 4 points of damage.
All right. The pointy end of the sword, you are able to kind of shove into this thing, and it has pretty thick skin. It took some effort to get that blade in there, but you were able to do so.
Woo.
And
I'll take it.
Yeah. And leaves a nice gash, and it kind of has, as the blade comes out, it's not like blood and goo that comes out, but it kind of is like just like a pus.
Ugh.
Where the wound is at, that just kind of like fills up and kind of is holding it together. It's kind of a self-mending mechanism at the moment.
Spectre kind of gags a little bit.
All right. And then we're to Astley. Is Astley going to cast Shatter?
How damage does this thing look? Or does it still look pretty alive?
Not a whole lot yet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ashley's going to cast
didn't do very
Shatter.
much so far.
That's a Constitution saving throw.
Right. And I'm assuming you're going to hit it towards the back half where it's not going to blow up the harpoon that's stuck in it.
Yeah, just south of the harpoon, or north, just south, behind. Right. Yeah.
We'll assume Ashley knows how to place the spell. That is a 20 on the saving throw, so it'll be half damage for Shatter.
Yeah. Astley is also going to cast it at 3rd level, so it's
okay.
It's 4d8 instead. So.
All right.
So that is 8 points of damage.
Right.
And then Astley's also going to move to be, actually, I'm not that close, but kind of a little closer to the boat.
So the shatter goes off and blows up and sends sand everywhere, and this thing is kind of reeling from it, kind of pissed off. If it had maybe been out of the sand, maybe it would have been a little bit more effective. But it seemed to kind of have some protection as far as where you could kind of cast this thing is versus what's out versus where the harpoon's at. That brings us to Aster.
Yeah. I'm going to cast Scorching Ray on it.
All right.
I don't know how to select a spell like Kakusho did, though. So
I can't either. I just manually roll it.
Well, I tried to set it up, but clearly even that wasn't correct. So I forget what I did.
I just do that if I need everybody to read it.
There you go.
Right. So you can pull things out of the compendium, like into your character sheet now, or you can just manually make your attack rolls. That's fine. So 22, 25, and 14. So 2 of the 3 balls slam into this thing and cause some pretty deep wounds. One of them is going to kind of bounce off its thick skin.
Okay, and oh shoot, how did I get off that page? I don't know if there's. Yeah, it's just 2d6 fire damage. So that's 46 damage.
It's a lot of damage. That's a meatball right there.
The 20. Yeah, very nice. So the new guy pulls out some pyrotechnics, hits this things with a couple scorching rays, and frankly, kind of equals what everybody else already did to it. Single spell. I don't know. Maybe this Aster guy's got a little more talent than his clumsiness would let on. This thing harpoon is thrashing around, and it thrashes at the closest target to it, which in this case is Spectre at the moment. It's going to have disadvantage because it is harpooned on the attack roll. So let's roll an attack roll. What should we get here? I did not do what it's supposed to. Whoa, we'll try it again. Try that again. All right. Got my code in. Look at that, a 4 and a 2.
Wow, doing good.
That looks like my rolls. Yeah. Spectre doesn't even try to dodge. It's just lashing around madly. Doesn't have a prayer. It
Or
probably would have
Ella.
hurt, like if its pinchers had grabbed you. This thing's got like a nasty looking mouth with like upper and lower mandibles that kind of come together and crunch things. It's screaming and pulling. The harpoon that this pirate lady has in it is just kind of holding it in place and holding it steady. It's putting a fair amount of strain on the boat, so they're kind of just in a stalemate of holding place. And this lady's yelling at you guys, "Good job, keep it up. Can't take too much more of that beating, I'm sure of it." That brings us back to Kakusho.
Oh, well, I guess I'll just shoot it with my longbow. I don't know.
See how that shot goes.
That's this, maybe.
Is it with
That's
advantage?
a 9 to hit. It is not with advantage to hit. No, it's got disadvantage to attack, but not giving advantage to hit it. The 9 in this case will not hit. So this arrow bounces off this thing's kind of rough skin. And flings off in the desert. And the pirate's like, "Try to hit it square on the side."
You tried to hit it square on the side.
If you haven't noticed, I hit it.
Yeah, well, what you doing since? It's been all of us doing the work now.
So I'm doing plenty. You do your part now.
Grumble, grumble. I heard you blasted it with lightning. What more do you want from me?
All right, Spectre is up.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try to smack it again with my short sword, or stab it, I should say, or slash it.
Get some
Whatever.
stab it.
Some stab it action. Ooh, an 18.
An 18 will hit.
Hooray! And I would like to do my offhand also.
Okay. And a 20 will
Unnatural
also
20.
hit.
Sweet. A nat 20. I'm rolling a lot of
Another
those tonight.
unnatural 20.
I like that. I like it. I like this for me. But that looks like it's like 2 damage. It's not a lot for this. The second
Yeah,
one.
no, it's a couple good pokes. So Spectre's kind of figured out kind of between the folds of its carapace where to kind of shove those swords in there and cause some damage. And this thing is really starting to squill and fight, and you can tell it's definitely in some pain. Not super happy. That brings us back to Astley.
Is it any more out of the sand? Or is it about the same?
Not yet. It's kind of in a stalemate where it's about halfway out. Now, granted, some of the sand in the back of it's kind of been blown out, so you can maybe see a little bit more of it after the shatter spell hit. Maybe another 5 feet of it.
Astley is going to cast that Nether's Mischief.
All right, so you fill a 20-foot cube, set it on a point you choose within range with Fey and Draconic Magic. Roll 1d4, Mischievous Surge table to determine the magical effect produced at the start of each of your turns. You can move the cube 10 feet. All right, so it's an action to cast, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And you roll the effect. So let's roll a d4.
So it's a 2. So the creature must succeed a dexterity saving throw or be blinded until the start of my next turn.
Okay, and it's a 16 your spell save DC. So we will roll a dexterity saving throw for this guy. So we determine that one will be doing a disadvantage. So that's a 15.
Oh, 15.
Ooh.
Total.
Ooh.
So just barely fails.
So it's
That
blinded
16
now.
spell
I don't
save
know
is-
that it could see anyways, but it definitely can't see now.
Oh, it had eyes. I mean, it was predominantly using tremor sense to figure out where you guys were at. But
Yeah, so there
Yeah.
a bunch of flowers just kind of showed up and then started squirting it in the eyes with water.
is that 16 right? Seems like doesn't seem like it's right. Spell save DC.
Hello?
Oh my goodness.
Have your attention, please.
Attention,
Have your
please.
attention, please.
Oh
No.
my goodness.
Is that the
That's
pirate?
fun.
An
Is it the-
emergency has been reported in the building. While this report is being verified, please proceed to the nearest stairwell or lobby and exit the building. Do
well,
not use the elevator.
Are you gonna go?
I guess I'm going outside.
Holy
All
crap.
right, we will meet you, Cole, and we will see what happens.
Hey, I can mute my mic too.
An
Alright, see ya.
emergency.
Are you on a laptop?
Holy crap!
Perfect time for fire alarm.
That's a spooky sound. I wouldn't
It
like
said
that
an
one
emergency.
bit.
That wasn't even a fire. That wasn't a fire alarm. It said an
Yeah, it
emergency.
just said an
which-
emergency. Like, thanks for the
Been reported
complete
in the building.
non-clarity.
You have to leave that in.
Right? We might.
That was the
Spoochy.
pirate.
Very, very spoochy. Yeah, the pirate's boat.
All right. I'm going to stick with the failure on it. Just that spell save DC looks like it wasn't calculated correctly to me because it's 8 plus.
It should be 8 plus your proficiency plus
Proficiency
your spellcasting.
Plus your spell
modifier.
casting. So you're at 5th level, which gets your proficiency bonus to a 3. Plus you have 3, so it should be a 14, not
Yeah.
a 16.
It auto-filled.
All right. Well, it auto-filled wrong.
Roll 20, you're wrong, and you should feel bad.
I didn't, because that's one.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones that I didn't. Do I get a bonus somewhere on it?
Unless there's some bard ability that's giving you a bonus on it that we can look into.
That-
I don't think it does.
Let me go open my thing. It might be my
I mean, we
college.
have time to figure it out now because I don't know how long it's going to be.
Because we're all waiting for
Back.
Cole, right?
Yeah.
Those big buildings, when they have fire alarms, you may be outside for like 2 hours. So
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, Jack of all trades specifically does not apply to attack rolls or spell save DCs.
Um.
I'm trying to figure out where did it decide to add that in at?
I promise I didn't cheat.
I
I
believe
find
you.
roll 20 is
it
they're
just does
like
its own
great,
thing.
but sometimes
This
maybe
is just
not.
what it does. Like
Yeah.
it has like it runs algorithms that doesn't quite work sometimes based on what you're entering. It doesn't make any sense. It's
All
what
right. Well, I changed it on the sheet. I made it what it's supposed to be. 14. In any case, after all of that, flowers are covering this thing's eyes.
No,
Maybe
they're
it's got
squirting
allergies.
water.
Maybe it doesn't. Are they squirting water?
That's what it
It's
says.
flowers
Yeah, it's
squirting water?
squirting water. into
Flower
his
appears smelling
eyes.
around and each. Okay. So it's like a. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's Innovis. The flowers spray water. So this is like the flower that's like in the clown's shirt
Yeah.
Yeah.
pocket, right? It sprays water out. Okay, so they're probably not real flowers. They're like gag flowers
Yeah.
made of stuff. Okay, it's blind. Not sure exactly what kind of impact that's going to have, depending on what goes on. Because it's not relying on its visual senses to detect you guys, although it still is not thrilled with its situation as it's harpooned and being held in place and thrashing around. We can move on to Aster.
How hurt does it look? Can I tell?
It's more hurt than not. It's not doing
Right.
great. It's still got some fight in it, but it's
Aster kind of like closes his eyes and then he casts Scorching Ray, and then a deep well of energy within him emanates out, and then he casts Scorching Ray as a bonus action as well with Quicken Spell.
so you can certainly quicken that spell. That
Well,
doesn't
you can't
change.
cast twice, right? That's so dumb. Why was I
Yeah,
thinking
so
I
you
could do that?
can cast a cantrip still, but you're limited
Yeah.
to a cantrip as your next spell.
I forgot about that.
So you
Okay,
could
so
cast, like-
instead, I'm going to use my breath weapon and then cast Quicken Scorching.
Okay, that will absolutely work.
So my breath weapon, I was literally just on it. And
As a blue dragonborn is also a lightning blast.
Yep, it's
Needs to make that deck save.
8 plus my con plus my proficiency. So
All right, I rolled a 4 and a 7. You have a total of 6, so that's going to hit.
yeah, look at that. There we go.
All right, so that's 8 points of damage from breath weapon.
And then I will use Scorching Ray.
All right, so that is 7 with a nat 1 for one attack. That one will miss, and the 19 and the 20 hit.
Let's go.
2 more hits. 17 points of damage. All right. This thing is definitely getting extremely toasty at this point, and it's now just trying to fully retreat back into the sand as it does so. And this lady yells out at you guys, grab the rope, help me stabilize it.
Are we
Do
allowed
you
to react?
choose to do so or not?
Can I cast
Yeah.
Mage Hand and grab
Yeah,
it?
can I cast? Can we cast? Can we
I
cast
mean-
all cast Mage Hand and grab it? Can we hit 3 Mage
Of
Hands
course.
grabbing at
I mean,
this
you
rope?
can.
Yeah,
So
we'll
30
do
hands
that.
worth of-
We'll
it's
do
like
that.
30 pounds
It's-
each, right?
I'll do that and have my steed also. My steed will bite onto it. I grab on. My Mage Hand is probably
Like-
stronger than me.
Physical work? What is that?
What? Me work? Don't think so.
Yeah, I'll jump on and like try to hold on.
Spectre will also just
Oh.
grab because I feel like
Ashley's gonna
10
have her.
pounds on the Mage Hand.
Ashley's gonna have her steed kind of bite down on it and also Mage Hand.
All right. Let's have all of you with whatever means you're going to do, whether it is coercing your pets to do the job you've been asked to do, or pretending to help with mage hands, or actually grabbing the thing. Let's get an athletics check, and I will go ahead and roll for Kakusho. We'll just assume while he's evacuating the building that he's going to help out.
That's that's an on par roll for little old Ashley.
Ashley doing her part for sure. All right. So that is an 11 for Aster, a 15 for Spectre, a 6 for Astley, and Kakusho's got a 22.
Big strong man, Kakusho.
Kusho's
Yeah.
powerful.
Kakusho's our tank.
Pulling his weight for sure.
Not in health, but
We're so screwed.
So you guys all grab this rope and try to hold it. And she's like, keep it down with the rope, like close to the ground. This thing, she starts pulling like crazy and shaking everywhere. And eventually the harpoon rips itself out from behind this thing's neck as you guys are holding on. And you're just barely able to hold on as it makes one last push as hard as it can, where this harpoon rips out. And as it does, it catches something vital in this thing's body and kind of goes straight up in the air and then falls over backwards the other way with a large thud on the ground, kicking up more sand in the air, and it dies.
woohoo.
And this lady yells out, nice job, you guys. Now it's time to collect our prize. And she hops off and runs over towards it with a large, looks like a serrated knife that she has. And she immediately starts cutting into it, opening it up from the bottom.
Spectre is absolutely disgusted.
Spectre, that's all you. You're the stabby stab.
Spectre's like on the verge of barfing, watching her cut into this giant worm with like all the pus juice coming out. She's just like, nah. She's like turning away and like hyperventilating a bit. She's very grossed out.
Ashley just kind of calls over, hey lady, what are you doing? What are you doing? That doesn't look very edible.
This isn't for eating.
What's it for?
Says, well, we hunt these things for the pearls, of course.
Ashley immediately just kind of comes over. Pearls?
Pearls. She cuts down into where this thing's kind of stomach is and opens it up. And this smell is pretty disgusting, but it's also kind of like a dryish smell. You can imagine like a
dried
smack
puke.
my mic here. Like a dried puke. Exactly. And there are 3 very large, what look like pearls in here. They're like the size of a soccer ball or a basketball. They're massive.
Holy.
Oh my.
And it's like, 3 of them. That'll be worth some loot. So she kind of pulls them out and's polishing them off and says, clearly you folk don't know the ways around here, but you helped me out. So if you want a favor or a ride or something, maybe I'll help you out too. Where are you going? What are you doing here?
We need a transistor.
We need a transistor.
She's trying not to puke, and
We
like
need
is
to
like holding herself up, and was like, "Ooh." It's disgusting.
Um.
All right.
Yeah.
It's like a
Ashley kind
transistor.
of pulls out the letter that I'm just deciding that she brought with her. We need a transistor for. We gotta fix a robot back home.
Looking for
and-
some of that old ancient technology junk. Well, I got bad news for you. I have a pretty good idea where to find it, but I don't think we can make it there.
Why?
Why not?
Well, do you see this little worm here? We hunt these guys, and my well, this isn't necessarily my ship per se, but this particular ship is only so big, and the closer you get to the ruins where these may be, these worms get big. Big enough they'll eat this boat, and this one is not fast enough to outrun those things.
Do you know anyone with the means to get us there? Maybe.
She says, I might, actually. I do have a boat that's fast enough, but it's currently being held.
But
I've heard
where?
this story before.
What, did you get it impounded?
Yeah, you got a boot
You
on
could
your
say
boat.
that.
Where
it's
is
more
it?
like a gambling debt. More like a gambling debt. There's a trading post. There's a trading post not too far off, maybe a day's sailing southwest. And there's, I mean, it's a trading post where people come and trade, but it's run by thugs and criminals there. And
Oh boy.
the ringleader is holding my boat there. He's kind of taken it as his own. Yeah, the Sand Rose. But if there's any ship that's fast enough to make it, that would be her.
Mm. So we need to get this boat in order for you
why
to
don't
take
we?
us there.
Yeah.
what
Can
you're
we? Yeah. Why don't we go try to go get your boat, and then you can.
That sounds like a wonderful plan.
Ashley
You
keeps looking at
help
those
me get my
giant
boat?
pearls, just wanting to hold one for a moment. Doesn't say anything, just kind of is looking at them.
She's like not even offering. She's just kind of holding on to them.
I mean, what if?
Do you want some help carrying those to your ship?
Because I can manage.
I can carry
about-
one.
First of all, what's your name?
My name is Kate. Thank you for asking.
I'm Aster, and my thought process is: what if us fine folk here give up our stake to these here pearls, since we did help in return for a trip to where we need to go, considering all the circumstances we've been through?
Ashley just kind of looks at Aster with like dagger eyes.
Spectre like leans over to Ashley. He's like, I don't think she's gonna give us those anyway.
No.
So
No.
I don't know if
These are
I'm
not-
a big loss here.
Ashley says loudly, "These are not our pearls. They are magnificent."
Says you want to play bait some more? We could maybe fish up another one of these if you want your own pearl. I'd be willing to share if you wanted to try these shenanigans again.
Maybe after we
no.
maybe we can revisit that wonderful idea by Aster after we retrieve the thing that we originally were out this way for, so that
Came here for, yeah.
All right. You want your stupid old transistor? I got it. We'll see if we can help you out. Well, why don't you come aboard my little boat? It's not much, but we'll head over to the trading post and we can make a plan while we're on the way.
And maybe if we're helpful enough, we could get a pearl anyways. And Aster just tries to be extremely persuasive. I'm going to roll persuasion.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a 10. Aster is as persuasive as he believes
Aster
anyone could possibly
is.
be. Yep. And Kate just kind of, we'll think about it. Just kind of brushing them off.
Can Ashley say, "Don't worry, Aster, we're definitely gonna get one of those pearls and try to do a deception check on him. Kate told
You're
me.
going to deceive
You-
me?
Yeah. Can I?
I mean, you can roll if you want, but I'm going to let you guys decide how that works between whether Aster believes that or not.
That is a 14.
Oh, we could go true D&D, and I could roll an opposing insight check.
There you go.
Unfortunately,
nat
I rolled
20.
a nat 20.
So
So then the question is, do you want to believe?
Mulder.
Do you want to believe? No, I don't want to believe. I see right through her lies. But then I nod sagely and go, I see.
Spectre clambers onto the boat and climbs right onto the very front of the hull in the Jack and Kate position.
Yeah, is there
or the
room
Jack
for
and Rose
our-
position?
Ashley goes
I
up
can't
as
fit
the the Jack position.
Yeah, this
Oh my God.
platoon isn't necessarily to scale. There's enough room for the four of you to fit on here with Kate and probably one more person.
What about our steeds?
Yeah, they're there too.
They're crammed, but
For
they're there.
simplicity's sake. They're crammed, but they're there. They're filling up. They've got to sit on top of each other and share some space, but you're able to get them in. All right. I think that is an excellent place to wrap up for tonight, since sounds like Cole's still having an emergency. There's firefighters pulling up, and they think it's a false alarm. We'll hope so. We'll find out next time. So for tonight, we will say bye.
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 Bye?